All right, David, 6.
Okay, good evening, everyone. It is 6:00 PM on Wednesday, August the 6th, 2025, and I'd like to begin our regular workshop. Our first item this evening is to discuss special use permit for Dog Days of Summer event in the town park on Labor Day. Holly Reed, LCA Chamber of Commerce.
That'd be Holly Reed or Holly Shepherd.
Holly Shepherd.
Holly and Reed Shepherd.
That
On
was
our
misspelled.
agenda,
It missed.
Holly Reed.
Yeah, no, it should be Holly Reed Shepherd. Really, it should just be Holly Shepherd. Sorry about that.
There's a letter in the packet from her.
I like the idea.
Oh, she's on Zoom too.
She's
Hi,
on Zoom
Holly.
now. Holly, if you want to unmute yourself, you can speak to this request.
Holly? Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
How is everyone there?
Well, we are
We're here.
well. Langdon's here too.
I'm glad to hear it. Thank you for allowing me to add a little tidbit to your agenda. I know you guys always have a full plate, so I appreciate the time. I just wanted to be available to answer any questions or to explain even, why we're making this request. The chamber and the role that I'm understanding I'm attempting to fill as the event coordinator at the chamber is to do events that try to help drive business to our merchants and our local members. And Labor Day coming up is one of those events or one of those holidays that we don't always have just a huge turnout. School's back in session for most of our visitors, trying to come up with ways to still have it feel festive and still, meet my goal or what's been asked of me to try to drive business is why ultimately we thought of this as an idea. Family friendly event in the park is great when you got kiddos. But most of our kiddos are going to be back in school. Most of our visitors' kiddos are going to be back in school. So trying to create an event that would draw adults without kiddos that doesn't necessarily have to be alcohol centric led us to the idea of what about four-legged kiddos? What about our pets? And making an event that can be bring your dog, and we can feature some of our local merchants who have pet related merchandise, services, dog groomer, pet sitters, whether it's our local vet who I understand is retiring. We've actually knocked around the idea of even paying special memory to Dr. Downs in her retirement and having like a plaque made to thank her for her service to Lake City Pets through the years. Different merchants that carry pet related items. I thought we could have vendors on site in the park. I know that this is out of the norm for the town park rules. I know that Memorial Park offers that as an option, and we certainly debated that. But if my goal is to drive business to city center and therefore traffic into our local businesses, town park, as you know, is just better suited for that. I would personally see to all the necessary cleanup that would be beyond our normal trash, that we, would accept responsibility on any other event, but specific pet related waste, we would put the park back better than we found it at all possible. So I appreciate your consideration, and if I can answer any other questions, throw them at me.
Any questions and questions? Diane?
Well, we talked about this in our attorney review, of the agenda. So have you spoken to individual businesses to see if they will allow people to come into their business with their dogs to purchase things? And
So not specifically. I do know that like Tracy at Cabin Fever, her door is pretty open to pets. I know like the San Juan Soda Company, their doors are Timberline next door as well, and their outdoor patio is pet friendly. Um, Packers, their patio is pet friendly. Um, if it violates health code for them to allow pets in their main part of their business, I'm not going to ask them to do anything out of their ordinary. But most of the businesses in town center, I feel like, are pretty open to that. But I have not delved much further.
Okay. Is, it's totally nonprofit, it's just a Chamber of Commerce sponsored get-together, is that correct?
Correct, sir. My thought is that we would have our standard, yard games, maybe have, our cornhole set up. We are going to have a concession stand where I have quite a few hot dogs frozen left over from the stick horse rodeo. So I thought, ooh, hot dogs, get it? Dog days of summer. So we would sell our concessions, but it's not profit in the same vein as our normal profitable event. Um, we would not charge any admission, if that's what you mean. And the vendors that choose to set up, they might could sell their wares.
Lex?
Yeah, so, I mean, really, what they're asking for is a variance. I mean, I'm not even sure if we can variance it or not, is because dogs specifically in town park are banned or outlawed in our ordinance, in our code. So, I just wanted to make that clear.
Thank you, Lex.
Actually, an ordinance that we passed, I thought it was just a resolution.
Well, it's actually in the,
In the ordinances.
in the municipal code.
Well, I like the idea of dogs in the town park, and I definitely think we should do something to honor Linda Downs. I'm sad to hear she's gonna retire. So. I think we should do it.
Okay. Jesse?
Who's gonna do the vetting for if their dogs are friendly or not? Cause a lot of their dogs are friendly and they're not.
You are right. That is on the onus of the owner. I would require it be an on leash event for safety, and in any of our promoting, we would say, friendly, polite dogs are welcome on leash.
Just asking.
I understand the question.
And I
Absolutely.
got one more quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
Did you really go to JJ Pierce?
I did, sir. Class of 92.
75 for me.
Small world.
Okay, I guess my only other concern is Lex, I'm always looking out for the town. How does it work as far as liability?
Right.
I mean,
if
if-
a dog fight breaks down, somebody gets bit, the door open and all that.
I mean, typically when they sign a waiver, when they do the facility rental and indemnify the town, that while they're using it, they're responsible for whatever happens. So there's that. Dan, do you want to speak to that?
I think I unmuted myself. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, generally there'll be an indemnity clause in there. In addition, you're largely covered by the Colorado Governmental Immunity Act. And case law in Colorado is pet owners are strictly liable for the actions of their animal. So I'm less worried about that. I think we can come to some kind of agreement if you guys want to go this way. As far as permitting like a variance to allow animals in the park if it's prohibited by your code, that's more of a policy question than a legal question. and I would recommend, if to the extent you do want to do this, we make it distinguishable from any other kind of application that we would see. So that this doesn't set a precedent.
So in other words, like if someone else came along and asked for the same variance, I mean, if we set a precedent with this, we would have a hard time saying no to someone else if they wanted to do it again, unless the chamber, this is successful and the chamber wants to do it every year, then,
Yeah,
yeah, I
correct.
don't know, Dan. What?
That's correct. And if it is successful and they want to do it every year and, everything's cleaned up and it's brings in some revenue to local businesses and there's no, dog fights or, I got on here a little late. I don't know if you guys are having alcohol or not, but no drunken brawls is a common thing that we see. Then you guys might want to consider revising your ordinance regarding the park, to permit it under certain criteria. But I think for this one, sorry. For this one, I think we just set, this is the rules that we expect. This is why we would grant this variance and explicitly state that this does not set a precedent.
And that would all be like in a motion or in a resolution?
You could do it either way. It's probably easier to find in a resolution. If we needed to get it done tonight, I don't recall the date. It's certainly doable by motion.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw my support for this particular project in. I think this is a great idea. Honestly, I don't know who else would try such a thing. We don't have any other really big organizations that would rent the entire park, so.
For dogs.
For dogs,
Yeah.
right. So
True.
I don't think that's really an issue, but it sounds like it would be easily, mitigated with some wordage, whatever we
Resolution.
decide to do. But I wanted to say, I think this is a great thing. I don't, I remember when dogs were allowed in the park. Oh, actually, dogs seem to be in the park every day, so I may as well
They do.
have a day
Yeah.
that they are allowed to be there, so.
I remember when the dogs had more rights than people.
Mhm.
Anything else?
Lex, I don't know if you would think it would be okay, because, and I'm not doubting what Holly's saying, I think her intentions are great,
Uh-huh.
but what if should we increase the deposit, is what I'm asking?
Nah, I mean,
To be refundable.
$500 is a pretty good deposit.
And that would cover if we
I mean, they're not,
had a problem?
the playground's already gonna be replaced, so if they chew that up, it's not a big deal. They might dig some holes, but they're easily filled. I don't really see the dogs being a problem. I just know staff doesn't wanna go out there the next morning and have to pick up a bunch of dog food.
Right.
So, and that will irritate them.
See that.
So,
She said that.
yeah,
Take care of that.
right.
Mhm.
Any other trustees have any questions or comments? Well,
So we'd have to add this to the agenda.
We can do it by resolution next meeting.
Well, yeah, and I mean, they need to know so they can start with their plans and everything and start making it happen, because Labor Day is coming up pretty quick.
Can we do in a workshop, can we do a consensus?
We could do in addition to the agenda to approve it, and then at the next meeting, we can have I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as no one's gonna change their mind, like all in all, it seems like there's universal support from the board for it. And we can go through the formality of having a resolution next time. We just don't wanna change our minds on them if they're gonna go ahead and start moving forward with planning everything,
right.
So, we can wait till next time and do the resolution, but all in all, Holly, it sounds like everybody's in support of the idea.
Straw vote?
Can we do a straw vote? Yeah.
Well, everybody's,
Well, just so I.
Not blinding, but.
well,
Yeah,
that's not binding, but,
The majority of the board doesn't have a problem with it, and I would just end with, we need to work with our chamber, we support our chamber, our chamber supports our town. And, I'm in support of anything that can help bring business to our local businesses.
Yep.
So, this is a new type of requirement. You know, when I first heard about it, and I go, yeah, there's big signs all around, there's no dogs in the park, and then we're gonna have dog park day. But, sounds like for the most part, we have a board that's in agreement, minus Landon.
Well, Landon's up there and I'm sure.
Landon? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I love the idea.
Okay, cool.
All right. Okay,
Well,
that's,
thank you all. I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity and seeing how this could have some benefit. And I'm open to suggestions and ways that you see I could, pull this off and have it be successful. I love it. Thank you guys.
all right, thank you, Holly, we
Thanks, Holly.
appreciate the work you're doing with the chamber.
Oh, appreciate you guys.
And Mayor, I'm sorry to interrupt, but before we get off this topic, my phone was cracking up a little bit. I'd recommend if you guys want to, if there's general consensus on this, and it sounds like there probably is, make the motion and vote on it. Add it to the agenda, make a motion, vote on it tonight, and then we'll come back with a resolution setting forth, the finer points, the restrictions and all that stuff, and reaffirm it at the next meeting.
Okay, so we'll have when it comes to approve the agenda, someone needs to make a motion to add it to the agenda, and then we'll vote on it in the regular meeting.
All right, thank you, Dan. That's why we appreciate you and have you.
Yes.
Okay, anything else on that?
I can't wait till, cat in the park day.
Mm.
Death of 1,000 cuts.
That's not funny.
Well, I'll be lonely with my marmot.
Thank you, Marmot.
Cat marmot, but that's all right. All right, done with that, we will move on to our next item to discuss the stick horse rodeo with Benny Brennan. Benny, welcome to the
Can you move up
Come
here,
on
please?
You're gonna sit in the hot seat. You're gonna sit in the hot seat.
Yes, please.
That's so they can see you.
Yeah, it's,
That's the camera right there in front of you. And the speaker.
Well, as most of you know, I'm Danny Brennan, been here a while. And I've been working with the Lake City Old West Cowboys now for the last 12 years, as most of you know, and we put on programs right there. And my reason for being here is about 3 years ago, the chamber asked us to put on the stick horse rodeo. And we said, okay. The stipulation at that time was, would they please do insurance for it, cover the insurance for the day for that event, because my insurance that I have to get for our program only covers that area and now the people at that area. So they agreed with that. And so we've been doing it for the last 3 years and including our fees and that. Well, we volunteered to do this, and I think it's been a great program. This year, I think the scheduling was a little off. They scheduled it for the same time as we had the garage sale and rodeo, so it put our numbers down. But the program itself went still very smooth. We had a lot of people there. It involves all ages, as you know. And we had several people from other countries that were young men from France, that was the greatest event he was just totally tickled.
I heard that.
Yeah. And okay, my request is actually simple, but I'm requesting that the town waives our fee that we pay. We pay that $120 plus the deposit, because we volunteered to do this for the town. We do this activity to help promote, all the activities and stuff that goes on, just like we do over here. And it costs us actually quite a bit of money to put this on. Between the awards and all the different events, our budget ends up being anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500. It isn't gonna cost the town anything for you to waive it. All we're asking is just please waive the fee to help us out. We didn't ask any of the people in town for any money this year because of the way a lot of the businesses are friends of mine and have complained about what's going on. You know, with the increase in all the prices of just about every aspect. So we didn't ask for any sponsorship. So we thought, well, how else can we cut down some of our costs? And this one wouldn't cost you anything, it would just waive the fee. We clean up, in fact, when we clean up the park, it looks better than when we left it, when we got there. So that's as simple as that.
Is it a chamber, so it's a chamber-sponsored event?
It's, that's what I thought, but apparently not. They sponsor us in the respect that they do pay for the insurance, and I thought it was a chamber-sponsored event until I was recently told, no, it's not a chamber-sponsored event.
Holly, do you know, I mean, because he said that the chamber asked them to do the event, but the chamber's insurance covers the event. So I don't know, it just seems like a gray area if it's a
Yeah.
chamber.
Well, so I'm new in this role, and this was my first summer to encounter the Stick Horse Rodeo and how the chamber has been involved. It was explained to me that it is not a chamber sponsored event in that we do not put it on, meaning my employees, my volunteers, I am not responsible for the event. But as Denny says, yes, we have agreed to carry them on our insurance. We have a special rider for that event. We promote it in the sense that it is included in our community calendar on the website and supported on Facebook. Anything, of course, that the Old West Shooters put out, we boost or repost. We certainly include their flyer in the visitor center and around town as we can support it. But us being, the entity that puts it on, no, that is my understanding.
Yeah, no, you're right, we put it on, and that was requested of us, and we don't mind that,
Are you a nonprofit?
yes.
So you are a nonprofit?
But we're not, well, we
I
don't
mean,
have
on
a
paper, are
50
you a 501c?
No, but we don't make any money, no. We're
We
nonprofit.
don't charge for it.
We don't charge anything, no.
Okay.
That's
That was
it.
my question.
I mean, it's outside.
We don't charge for anything we do.
So it's totally volunteer.
So no
It's
t-shirts,
totally volunteer,
no
The
t-shirts
people
or
that
anything?
enter into it and all that, they don't pay a.
No.
Compete.
and no, and it's all volunteer. And
Do y'all sell t-shirts or anything like that?
we had some t-shirts that, we sold for what we paid for them, you know. It was something that actually we got, so the volunteers had something to promote it. As you all know, we put on, a parade, we put on a float promoting Stick Horse for the last 3 years, and we all try to wear, and again, promoting things for the town, you know. That's our main purpose, and that's why when the chamber asked us, we said, sure, we'll do it, you know. And that's, you know, at that time, I'll be honest with you, I didn't know that we were gonna have to pay a fee at that time.
Yeah.
Because, excuse me.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and I was told by Edna Mason, who used to do it, that they didn't have to pay for anything when they did it. I mean, we're paying for it. Well, I don't know the situation, I just know.
No, that's why
Yeah.
it was a town event at that.
But we didn't even have all those fees back then.
Yeah,
So I would be in favor of waiving the 120. I would not be in favor of doing away with the deposit, which
Okay.
gets refunded if everything's fine.
mm-hmm,
And because it's not always gonna be you.
yeah,
You know, and I trust you 100%, but you know what I'm saying?
yeah, no, I understand,
We don't wanna,
and that's fine.
but I don't have a problem with that.
You know, so pretty much almost every organization but Dirt has asked us to stop charging them fees for using the parks and the facilities. So, and really a lot this year, a little bit last year. And see, all those are the nonprofits, so that's why I asked if you're an organized nonprofit or not. Because, we wouldn't be, since they're not a nonprofit and it's more of a community-led event, they're not selling anything, they're not selling alcohol. They're, they're really just breaking even, if that, which they don't even break even, sorry, yeah. So that, it's not the same as the other nonprofits that are putting an event and raising money for things.
Right.
So, I mean, I would just think it was a slippery slope, because, we may still get that anyway, but I do see it as a possibility that since they're not a nonprofit, it's more of a grassroots, community-led thing, that maybe we could do that again, probably, I don't know, Dan, should that be a resolution or something that states specifically why we're granting that?
Yeah, I think anytime you vary from your standard procedure, you want to document it to the extent you're not revising your procedure for everyone. So if we're just gonna waive the fees because it's a grassroots thing, let's do that and explicitly state it. If you guys want to look into policy change overall, we're happy to do that as well.
Reevaluate it after a couple of years? I'm sorry? Reevaluate it after a couple of years?
So are you gonna do a fundraising next year, even though you didn't do it this year? I mean, is that something that's planned, it just didn't really work out this year?
Well, no, in fact, when, when we had asked for the thing before, it was actually the museum that put up a food booth. That wasn't really, we haven't put up a food booth, and it was the chamber who put up a food booth this year.
Wow.
It's not us. We're not trying to make money off this. We're trying to provide a service.
Okay, but so the chamber was selling food at there, I guess that's what Holly said earlier.
Well, Lex, if I can clarify, my understanding that Denny had approached Kat Menzies, the chamber director, and explaining that Peggy Bales has usually done food as potentially a fundraising, component of the Stick Horse Rodeo, but that due to health reasons, she wasn't going to be able to do that part of Stick Horse Rodeo, and asked if there was any other, organization that would be willing to come out and do a food booth because it helped drive attendance. And I approached Dan Scroggins at the school, asked if they would like to do the food, giving them the opportunity to make some fundraising dollars to support either the DC trip or the athletic department or what have you. He really did not have the volunteer staff. We approached a few other organizations and no one really had the ability to step in and do that. So to support what I thought was going to help attendance at the Stick Horse Rodeo, I provided a food booth. And, being that it was the first time I'd been involved, I didn't have an idea of attendance and what numbers. So based on a recommendation from last year, we purchased the supplies for 200 hot dogs and did not sell anywhere near that. And so we are upside down in the supplies. And had we even broke even, that would have been fine because my goal is to support the Stick Horse event and bring in attendance. It wasn't that I thought this was going to be a windfall of income for what would ultimately support the visitor center operations. Anytime that we do anything to bring in money for the chamber, it supports being able to keep the visitor center open.
We appreciated that, Holly.
But again, this wasn't them,
It wasn't.
No, I know.
so they weren't making any money.
Yeah, I would just recommend that if we do a motion or a resolution, that we're very specific with the language, and maybe we not necessarily vote on it today, but if the board wants, we can, Dan and I can draft a motion for the next meeting
Right.
to either approve or deny the request with certain conditions and explanations of why we're allowing it.
And the next one is next year, correct?
Yes.
You already have it.
That's an annual thing, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so you're not waiting on the
No,
deadline for us?
no, I still have more cowboy shows, but we're done with the stick horses.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Well, I'll reiterate, I'm in support of anything that helps the town bring their own business. I support that. I am with Rex. It's kind of a slippery slope. Once you open that door, then who's next to ask and who's next to ask? We're talking about $120. We'll talk about it. I mean, my God, not a conflict of interest. I'd be a benefactor and cut with $120.
Yeah,
I mean, the Stick Horse Show, I used to attend it in the past, I haven't for a few years, but it really did take off. I find it funny, there's letters to the editor in the middle of the winter, the guy in Texas and the guy in Oklahoma, and they're bragging about their new horses that they got. I mean, it's an event, and I think it's great. I hope you understand what I'm saying about that. I think we can find somebody to cover that 120 without totally going into changing ordinances and things. But it's something we can talk about.
we'll take it into consideration, you know, and
Yeah,
see what
I
we
mean,
can
I'm
do.
totally supportive of it, and, you know, we can figure it out of the way. But you hear what I'm saying, like, once you open that big city's fund, then all of a sudden, nobody needs to pay that. And one thing that was explained to me is, it does take a lot of staff time, the park and rec guys go and,
It does, and then there's trash and bathrooms and all that, depending on how much is being
I'm not saying,
produced.
I totally support you and your thing, and I think it's admirable, you know, this town doesn't exist without volunteers, and the volunteers involved. And, but yeah, I think as a board, we don't have to make a decision this evening, and I think, we'll look at it. In support of making sure that thing's used.
okay, well, appreciate that. Like I said, the only reason, like I said, the only reason I asked is because we were asked.
Right.
You know, I mean, we put on that show and we were asked to do something else. This is not a fundraiser, it's just a promotion for the town.
It almost seems to me it's a little bit funny, and we're making a big deal about this, but if the chamber's covering the insurance, and it should be a chamber event with a special volunteer staff that runs it.
Yeah.
But I think the chamber should, if they're marketing it, if they're covering the insurance and all that stuff,
Right.
then they can do it.
Well, I don't know, I keep going back to what you said about the fact that you didn't want to go out there and drum up sponsorship because we raised rates on their water and sewer bills.
I didn't say
Oh, no, he didn't say that.
I
He
didn't
just-
say that.
He was talking about just everything, price of everything going up.
I didn't say that.
Oh,
Well, you,
It was
very much
okay, all right, okay.
No.
well, no, but I
That's
see what you're
I
saying.
think so.
You know, I mean, $120 seems like, you know, you get $5, $10 from every business. We're good.
Yeah, we got it.
Oh, no, I was talking.
We'll work on it, one way or the other, we'll.
exactly, that's what I was gonna say, yeah, we'll figure it
A
out.
little bit.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a lot of French people coming.
And while you're here, can I go off topic just a little bit?
Uh-oh.
Did anybody talk to you about the town's birthday?
They asked, Diane asked me if but nobody's asked me what are we supposed to do, or what do you want to do, or, I know about the birthday, obviously, but,
Well, are you doing it, it's on Saturday the 16th, and are you already?
yeah, we'll do a show,
Okay.
Are you doing a show?
yeah, 1 o'clock, yeah.
We'll make sure we're done with the Indian dances, okay?
They will be.
Before you start shooting.
Oh, no.
Ah,
Oh, we'd make the news if we had them simultaneously.
yeah, that'd be great.
My point is, fellas, no, we appreciate that, I enjoy what you guys do, and I think it's neat for a historic town. But also, I think as part of our planning, we can announce that, the shooters are gonna be having this performance at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it did not get on the, itinerary.
Okay. But it's not, if you're gonna be doing it anyways, it just kind of comes.
It's, yeah,
Yeah,
as I
it's
say,
already marketed.
we're chamber members, and, we pay them, and they do advertise for us,
Yeah.
It says, it's in the calendar.
Right. I'm only asking because I brought it up before, should we have the shooters, that's part of our
And-
celebration.
Yeah,
And I never got an answer, since you were here, I thought.
No, we will, and, I'll see if I can come up with some, with the skits that will have to do with the history of the town.
I've got something for you. Talk to you later.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right, no, we appreciate that.
Oh,
And
okay.
we'll definitely
No,
take your request into consideration.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for coming to talk to us.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Danny. Okay, our next item is to discuss national opioid settlement with Purdue Pharma LP and the Sackler family.
Yeah, this one and the next one, it's a formality. It's something that every municipality and county has to elect to participate, even for some of the funds to even be released. That's kind of their way out of the settlement, is if a county or town does not elect to participate, then they can get out of paying it. So this is just a formality that where every one of these that come up, the board has to vote to participate in these.
You may wanna, cause this morning at the county meeting, they only had one.
I know, I got a second notice since then, or I got a second notice early this week. And, early this week, so I went ahead and added it. The final paperwork for them to sign, for us to sign hasn't come out.
Okay.
But, so you can approve it now, and then if we approved it, I don't see anyone saying no, and we get through the formality of it, and I can just do the paperwork and forget about it.
And it's nothing, there's no skin off our nose.
No, we've already dedicated all opioid funds to the regional effort, or the
Okay.
regional.
Yeah, Lex and I were talking about this, for people who weren't here when this all kind of began. That's what it was, is that they grouped them all together, the counties and the towns. And they do have a little out in there, if somebody backs out, then they don't have to pay. But this money goes to help drug treatment and that kind of thing. We also decided we didn't wanna do it individually as a town and have the town manager and town staff deal with the paperwork and all that. So it's been done as kind of an umbrella, if that's the proper word, an umbrella, and it's all the counties and towns in a certain region. And then the money goes to them and then gets dispersed, so we get little pieces of it. But this is basically a formality, kind of redoing it.
Okay.
So a little clarification, so if you said if one town backs out or one county, then
Yeah.
they don't have to pay the whole state?
It says that every county and town has to, elect
Yeah,
to participate.
that's kind of a cheesy way to do it, I mean,
It's done.
So far, so
it's
good,
done
though.
that on purpose.
Yeah, but so far so good. I mean,
Yeah.
and we would only give a few grand out of each one,
Yeah.
which wouldn't be enough to even fund a rehab program or,
Yeah.
anything like that.
And I'd rather not be the one that.
Causes it not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Destroys the program.
Okay, cool.
All right, anybody have any other questions or comments on that? If that is an action item, assuming to continue the program.
Yeah.
And I did read their information, it's very enthralling. Go ahead and read it, if that's a word, withdrawn. Okay, our last item is to discuss the town of Lake City 150-year celebration. I apologize, I didn't mean to step on any toes, asking Danny that.
That's okay.
Who would like to fill us in
Oh.
on where we're at?
Well, Jody's been kicking butt. She's got the, poster done, the itinerary. We met, how long ago, 2 weeks ago? And we
I
walked,
don't know, it was like last year, wasn't it?
I know,
Yeah.
right? We walked over there and walked the park and we redid
Right, which,
reevaluated.
yes, which leads directly into the email I received earlier, or the conversation I had with, Director, Chrissy Borchers about they are volunteering. We're very grateful, they're volunteering to do a beer and wine and margarita booth. She insisted that we put it at the pavilion, and then, spoke to somebody who, managed to change her mind. And so now they're gonna track down some tents, and they want to move into the park proper.
Okay, so the band would be in the pavilion?
We're shoving everything into the park. The
Okay,
pavilion is too far away to connect to the park.
okay,
The playground is in the way, so anything you do at the pavilion is like a separate thing that that is not connected.
Okay,
So we're not, so the plan is now that we're not going to use the pavilion, that we're going to, remember I sent you a map and they were like off to the side near Silver Street, that's probably the same place they're gonna be. I wanted to talk to you, who haven't had a chance, about this for their place.
yeah, I need a new premises
So,
thing for
but I
them.
wanted to talk to you about it first.
Okay.
Make sure that
And,
everything's-
and I need to know, the food trucks are asking, or at least one of the food trucks, is asking where they're gonna be able to set up. And there's a pedestal right there at the northwest corner of the town park, so maybe in that corner they could set up.
And there's one over here too, but they don't wanna be over there.
Well, yeah, and then because if we're gonna do the water slide, it's gonna be on that far end of the park,
Yeah.
Yes.
so.
Yeah, so I don't know, I don't have a handle on where everything is going to go.
The cornhole?
Cornhole?
Yeah,
So that is gonna be like in the middle or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
somewhere there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yes.
We had talked about,
Sorry, I didn't mean to take over the conversation.
no, you're fine, you're good. We don't wanna shut down Silver Street, but would it be possible to
Shut down the
shut down the
right-of-way.
parking
On that side of the
on
park.
that side of this, on the
On the park side.
on
east
this,
side
east side
on
of
the
Silver
park
Street.
side? Yeah.
Yeah,
And we could put the beer and wine margarita booth there and then fence around it. And that would help with shutting it down, plus
yeah,
it would, I think it would
I mean,
work.
because with that idea, you have all of what are they, well, I'm tired, where the parking spots are, you have
The railroad ties.
yes. And so that becomes a tripping hazard to people that are drinking. You know what I mean? So if you're over there, that's like one of the iffy things about having a,
Can we move them?
Are they-
No.
Are they pinned to the ground?
Well, we're not supposed to be over serving that badly.
no, I know. I just don't think, I mean, because with those lumber ties, it can be,
And they're not movable.
it's not ideal. No, I mean, it would be a big pain in the ass, and some of them are
Okay,
pinned
fine.
in. Sorry, forgive my language.
We are recording.
Yeah, I'm very tired. Forgive me. How about we circle back and we talk about where all that will go?
Okay.
Anyway, so in any case, that's, we're still pinning down where things are gonna happen in the park. But the park's not that big, so it's all gonna happen in the same place.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be
It's not like,
fine.
it's not like the wine festival with that many people.
No.
Right,
So
Yeah.
I think we'll.
We'll be fine. Yeah.
And, you know, we need to push towards the playground.
And maybe
you know,
we,
on
Yeah.
that sidewalk and stuff, but I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear you're working on some, and, you know, especially if you have a band. And
Yeah.
if you
Oh,
have
yeah.
some increment weather, we
Right.
definitely need that.
yeah.
Well, yeah, and they need power.
So we should have a tent, if I can just meet up with the person who has the tent, a tent big enough for the band. And then we're gonna, I'm thinking another small pop-up, a regular like 10 by 10 or 12 by 12, whatever it is, tent for the cakes and I don't know what else. And then the beer garden, those are the only tent type things that we need. There's the games and the water side,
Wow.
what,
So also with the food trucks, one of them asked if they can be there at 8:30 in the morning to start up, to set up. Which I guess they need prep time and stuff, I don't know,
that's fine.
and then the
So
band,
you got the okay from,
and the band will probably get there about 9:30, 10 or something like that to start setting up their stuff. So,
well,
yeah,
I don't care.
okay,
But I'm, I need, I'm sorry, Hank. But I need help arranging all of that stuff, because this isn't my party, this is our party.
fair,
So,
fair. Well, come into the office and we'll get with Ben and maybe Chrissy and we'll brainstorm it.
can we meet
yes.
soon?
Mm.
Okay, I had a few things to say. One is, we need to have a big open area from 10 to 12 for the,
Yeah, the games aren't starting until 1.
used to dance.
It's open.
And I was in Crete the other day, and I went to the mining museum and asked about having some people come over here. And she said, oh, well, we called and we contacted you and it's all arranged. And has anybody heard anything from them?
No.
So maybe,
She's
Did
confused.
you know it was Lake City?
Or not Lake City, Florida, or North Carolina, or South Carolina.
has anybody talked to George Hurd, maybe?
No, George, they're not gonna be able to make it.
Okay.
Well, that's what I was wondering, if they had arranged it with George Hurd.
Oh.
You know.
I haven't
Because
heard.
George and Buffy said they were gonna do something.
Well, then, and actually, they backed out of that.
No. As far as I know, the office hasn't heard anything, so
Nobody, you haven't heard anything, okay.
I haven't.
I'll call Buffy tomorrow.
Well, if they show up, they can set up something.
Well, yeah, they got the pavilion.
Yeah, well, yeah, that would be cool, actually.
Mhm.
See, that would be a good standalone
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That people can go over there and look at.
So would one person call over?
I'll email her and say.
I don't even remember who it was, but someone called asking about being able to sell, Camille Richard, she contact you,
Oh,
Donnie?
yeah, no, I talked to her and, I'm sorry, but I gave her permission to set.
To sell
Yeah,
raffle tickets?
Yeah, it's the Conservancy and they're not
Okay.
really like doing anything like
Okay.
Okay, well, just make sure there's an open area.
No, we will, and I gotta make sure I got enough guys to move.
Also,
This is after 1:00.
we're still short on funding for that day, so I'll email that poster out, and if you guys could pass it around to other people, I'd appreciate it.
Does
Yep.
the chamber have it?
I think so, yeah.
We also did we put an ad in the Friday paper?
Yes, here
Can we
is,
add
This Friday? Cool.
Can we add something to it?
maybe,
Bring chairs?
For,
okay,
Well,
well,
people are gonna wanna sit.
I mean, we can, we'll figure that out, and we can just bring some from the armory. Yeah, maybe, yeah, we should be able to do that.
okay, well, I think our constituency is smart enough to know
I hope so.
that they have to bring chairs, but
'Cause I'm not
maybe
sharing mine.
in the next ad. That's what I settled on for this week.
Cool.
That's fine, that's great.
Did anybody, I don't mean to armchair quarterback, but things that were brought up before. Did anybody kind of talk to KBNF or any of them? K-Buck for advertising?
I submitted an online, the event for their event calendar. You go online and you give them all the info and,
Yeah.
They're also trying to, fight for their own survival, their funding got cut. And so they were doing their own donation drive, to try to, they hit their goal, they actually got more than 167,000, but they still got a gap that they're trying to find funding for. That was just their initial donation drive. So I imagine they've been pretty preoccupied with trying to maintain operations.
it felt to me as though that were kind of a, automated sort of thing, as you submit it, and yeah, they review it, but just to make sure there's no naked people or something, and then it goes on their event.
I texted Laura, on Monday again, and I haven't heard anything,
Oh, okay.
so.
Anything?
The third thing that I just want to say something about, is, I've seen a couple other towns have been doing these kind of having celebrations. And they have a book, they have everybody sign some kind of a ledger so that they can keep it for, so in another 150 years they can see it.
Wow. Oh yeah, are we doing the time capsule? I forgot about that completely. Huh. I totally forgot about the time capsule, which, yeah, anyways.
Landon, did you order that time capsule?
I was actually looking at like a bunch of reviews on them, on the ones that are relatively inexpensive, and they're not like they don't last more than a couple of years. So
Okay.
Okay. Well, I still think the time capsule thing is a fun idea. And maybe ask people,
I think that would be.
ask, you know, if they have such things they'd like to put in there.
So I'll call you.
And then I think that the key is, all of this is I do wanna lean on Ben, our parks department, because this is a town function and a town park. And I would like him to help Jody or whoever else with the facilities side of things.
Yes, I'm relying on him to do things.
And then I do think there's a key, we need a contact person to be there, you're talking about people showing up at 8 o'clock in the morning and that kind of stuff. Who is gonna be the event coordinator?
You would do it?
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
He thinks so.
We all agree with that, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
If you stay in touch with Lexi.
And Landon, you should be here too.
Oh,
um,
for the
What?
I'll be there.
Okay, cool.
um,
Can you come on a horse, Lynn?
okay. Okay, sorry, I made a little checklist, I wanna go over it. So Diane, it has been all about, the t-shirts and stickers and, have we found places to put banners?
No, but they can easily be put up.
I mean, should we go ahead and put them up so it starts advertising?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
we
was
can put
hoping
them
that
in
that
our
would have
own
already been
park.
done, but.
Well,
Or
they-
we can put them in our own park.
I thought it was going on private property, like whose private
Well,
property?
we definitely wanted one at the chamber, remember? And I said,
Uh,
Yeah.
chamber?
okay.
Yeah, she did say something at the chamber. Jesse, can you take care of that? Our
At
chamber
the chamber?
Can
connection
you put it up?
person?
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
you.
I'll have to figure it
I
out.
didn't,
Oh, that's okay.
went right over my head that I
That's okay.
was
It's
in
okay,
charge
we
of
have,
putting that up.
we have a volunteer right here.
We have more signs. We have what, 3?
We have
3
four.
banners?
We have four.
4. We can hang one below the legs on the tree, between the trees, so everybody can see when they're driving through.
Yes.
And we'll go ahead and I'll just have them get the guys to put one up on the pavilion, you
Yeah.
know, in the park
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
Yes,
I say the sooner the better, because it's only a week
Thank
and a
you,
half
Les.
away.
Yeah.
Thank you.
and maybe on the pavilion, there's something cool on the pavilion already there, but on this side,
Great. Oh, I think we're going back.
yeah,
Okay.
put it on the back.
Something. Wherever Ethan wants to put.
And the t-shirts are going to be here for us, so Jody and I decided that, well, the color I picked.
We decided on pink.
I'm tough enough.
You are, I see that right there. You're wearing pink.
Oh my gosh! Okay, so.
Okay, sorry.
It's called antique red. It's like a darker red. And then, so there's the, logo here on the front and then on the back, it's big. And then underneath that is gonna say town trustee, or mayor, or staff. And I was gonna ask if staff was good for everybody, that's not a trustee.
That's fine. with me.
Okay, I mean, or do you want to say town manager? I can have it
Sure.
say whatever,
Town manager's fine.
you want me to add that? I can do
Sure.
that.
Will it be here in a week and a half?
Yeah, they're gonna be done.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna probably go up on Thursday and pick them up,
okay.
or Friday, whatever, but, no, I've been talking to him, it's Pat's,
Screen printing.
screen printing.
Okay.
And Venice.
Okay.
And they are really, they've been super easy to work with. So anyway, and a good price, they think, so,
And I owe an apology, I missed the meeting you guys had. I just totally blanked, so.
it's okay. So anyway, and then I ordered, sizes that I thought would be appropriate for everybody, and then I ordered 2 extras that I'm not gonna have something underneath them, just in case,
Yeah.
like larger ones,
Good, yeah,
just in case.
I need a 2XL for sure.
You do?
I do, absolutely do. Unless you're
Damn.
a fat man in a little shirt, I can rock that,
No,
but
no, 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 oh wait, I got you an extra large.
I need
Yeah.
a 2XL.
I don't have it, I've got you a 2X.
It's okay, I'll just wear a shirt.
No, you have to wear this shirt.
Okay.
Okay, we'll talk after.
I'm not quite, I'm sorry, I'm not
Oh.
quite done.
Okay, you're good.
The other thing that I just wanna like throw out there is the, cupcakes and ice cream situation. The bakery is willing to cut us a deal as far as bakery stuff for the cupcakes, but they can't do what I have in mind, with the logo on the cake. But I think City Market can do that. So I was planning on ordering a 9x13 with the logo, screen printed or whatever, and some cupcake from the bakery, so we can keep some money in town. And then, I don't know about the ice cream situation. I guess we can talk to these people, about, those people, about ordering maybe a big thing of ice cream.
That probably needs to be
With
done
5
like
gallons.
soon.
No. Yes. Vice versa.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so, I guess I will talk to, unless somebody else can talk to the ice cream place.
How many tubs do they want? I mean, how many gallons of ice cream? Or-
Those are pretty big, I would think one,
Okay,
it's like
sure, one.
3 gallons, right?
Yeah.
That's a 5-gallon thing. Of,
That's
Ice
5
cream?
gallons? Goodness, that's plenty of ice cream.
it's just straight vanilla.
Yes, because anything else somebody might be able to.
Okay. All right. Ben, you're gonna ask them if we can get a 5-gallon thing of vanilla ice
You
cream.
just got an order maybe a week ago, I don't know if we get it.
Okay. All right.
Say
Well,
vanilla?
if that doesn't work, then we
Oh, Ben,
move on to
you're
the
here,
next thing.
before you got here, you're in charge. of the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Oh.
You expected that,
I
right?
feel bad illness.
Well, we're definitely gonna
Emergency trip to Iceland.
need your help with the map of where we're gonna put everything.
Okay, Joe, do you have anything else? It's almost 7
Nope.
o'clock and I'd like to get our meeting.
Go on. I think that was it, I just wanted to make sure we hit all the things, in case anyone wanted to volunteer
I
to
appreciate
do
that.
stuff.
I think the key is getting the word out. I've been trying to share it.
And I really hope that all of you, and also, you okay, Alexis?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Sorry, I'm just,
Can we
Tired,
put
I got a
something,
headache.
can we have Grant put something on Facebook?
I already did put something on Facebook. When she sent me that ad, I'll put something on it again.
Okay, cool.
Oh, the biggest little.
Apparently I have to change everything.
Thank you very much. You need to go to the meeting
Yeah,
with me.
I'm trying to
They want stuff like that.
work
And
it out.
I'll be off. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for putting your time and effort into that. I hope it's a big success.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry, I just been a force to raffle, but.
And we'll touch base, Nathan, we'll touch base with you.
I'll need to give you the band's number and all that too, or give them your number.
Yeah,
Okay.
because there needs to be a little bit of coordination going on.
Yeah, I'm with it, that's something like that,
Yeah.
quarter prior. Or
And-
just
and-
everybody can show up and have an appointment.
Yeah. They'll need rock
I've
on.
seen you point, you can point.
Mhm.
Okay.
There may be, maybe,
It's almost 7 o'clock. You guys want to take a quick break?
Yes, please.
yes, please.
Okay, so we will be starting our regular meeting at 7 PM or as close thereafter as possible. Yes. Let's call it 7:10.
Thank you.
All right.
Good evening, everyone. It's 7:10 PM on Wednesday, August the 6th, 2025. And I would like to call our regular meeting to order. Let's begin with the pledge of allegiance. Jesse, will you lead us?
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Bruce.
Here.
Kendall.
Here.
Lindsay.
Here.
Winry.
Here.
Woods.
Here.
Weist.
Here.
Roberts.
Here, and technically, Brandon is there.
Yeah, Len, you should have said there.
Okay, approval of the agenda for our regular meeting, August sixth. Any additions or revisions?
We need to add the special use permit for Dog Days of Summer event in the town park on Labor Day to approve or.
To allow dogs.
Well,
I was thinking maybe because if we did a,
discussion and possible action to allow dogs for Dog Days of Summer event in town park on Labor Day
okay,
as a action item.
And if I make the.
I'll second.
The motion is second. Little discussion.
Bruce.
I would just like to let, we've done this with a few things in the past, since this is a brand new event that is reviewable, next year. See how it goes, and then the board can look at it again and not put it in stone. Special event, we'll just, who knows, it might take off, and then we can just let it happen every year. But
And
I
this
think
is,
it's
this
worth
is
it.
actually, would be pending a resolution.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like, we wouldn't even need to do the addition right now, like, since we already kind of gave a straw poll, we'll just have an action item at the next meeting that has the language that Dan and I would agree upon being voted on.
What are you saying?
So are we adding?
So we don't need to do an addition this time, because we'll just have it on the August 20th meeting as an action item with very specific language like Dan had recommended.
Okay, is that work with you, Dan? I was under the impression earlier you said we should go ahead and do it so that they can start planning.
Yeah, that way works. Or my thought was to have you guys vote on approving it subject to conditions tonight, and then we draw out those conditions if the applicant needs time to, make sure that they can line everything up. But either way works.
Okay, so we can have it on the agenda, we can just have a vote whether to move forward with that without
Okay.
approval,
Yeah,
and let you and Dan work out the details.
okay.
So, as I understand it, that's September 1st.
Yeah, yes, it's Labor Day.
So it's the Saturday or the Monday?
The Monday of the 1st, or that's how I thought I understood it. Labor
Yeah,
Day is
you
Monday,
said
right?
on Labor Day, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
Well, we have a motion and a second to add that to the agenda. Any other discussion? Roll call vote.
Bruce,
Yes.
Kendall,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Winry. Winry,
Yes.
Woods,
Yes.
Weist,
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes. Okay, next item, minutes from the July 16th meeting, 2025.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from July 16th, 2025.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Bruce,
Yes.
Kendall,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Winry,
Yes.
Woods,
Yes.
Weist,
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes. Next item is bills payable for August 6th, 2025. There's a copy on your table for you. I got a chance to scan them, I didn't see anything out of line, left any red flags for us.
I mean, not red flags, it's a pretty run-of-the-mill bills.
Except for,
Reimbursement.
Yeah, there is a reimbursement, number 105 for Grant Massey for mileage to travel to the CNCA Institute. Grant resigned as of yesterday. His last day was gonna be Thursday, but I went ahead and sent him home and gonna pay him through next Thursday. But we had the Suburban repaired, so that they could take that to the Institute. But on the day of when they were leaving, I got a call from Christina saying that Grant had decided to take his own vehicle without my approval. And we're only required, according to our personnel policy, to reimburse an employee who uses their own personally owned vehicle if it's required of them and if it's approved by the town manager. And I did not approve it. He did not even ask me. And we are not required to reimburse that. And we're already out about $3,300 for sending him to that training that we're not gonna be able to recover due to the changes in labor law since we updated our personnel policy last back in 2017. Because even though it says in our personnel policy that if someone leaves within 3 months after receiving training, they have to reimburse the town. Now the labor law says that if that training had to be voluntary and not required, and also that they would have to sign an agreement that says the exact amount of money that they would owe us if they did leave within the 3 months, which we haven't been doing. It's not even anything in our personnel policy. So we will not be able to recover the cost of sending him to that training that was just 2 weeks ago.
I guess my comment is that I hate spending money for no reason. Can't really go back in time. Lex and I had a little discussion on that, and we will be updating these policies and staying a little bit more on top of that. But I think with what we've already extended and the way that's explained that, I agree with not paying that fee.
If you did approve the bills without that, approving the mileage reimbursement for $218.40, the total of the bills will be $53,943.68.
Yes.
Motion to approve.
The bills payable on what date and how much?
Bills payable August 5th, 2025, amount of
53943.68.
And it's actually August 6th, that is a typo on this.
I'll second. Your work?
Okay, so we have a, sorry, lease motion, Kendall second. And let me just make a note of this.
You have the amount there.
Yep.
Minus that one expense. Okay, any other discussion? I'm sorry, we kind of jumped ahead there. Anybody have any other questions on any of the other things?
This is a small one. We haven't had a lot of construction on this one.
Okay, hearing none. We have a motion in a second, so roll call vote.
Bruce,
Yes.
Kendall,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Winery,
Yes.
Woods,
Yes.
Weast,
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes. Next item is citizens' comments on matters not on the agenda. I believe our audience this evening are both here work-related as employees. Do you have any citizens' comments that you'd like to
I don't think so, the traffic's bad.
And loud.
We need roundabouts. That's all I have.
Quite a bit of traffic between here and Denison too. Donkey Kong on Nunma. Okay, anybody in Zoom land? Have any questions? Any matters not on the agenda they would like to share with the board? Raise your hand or unmute yourself. Seeing or hearing none, we will move on. Next item, employee reports. First is county engineer report. Go ahead.
We got back on
with them yesterday, and they got a lot done today. Did you put?
Oh, let me, pull up, and share these pictures, which I'll share with Zoom in just a moment. And let
They
me-
are applying sludge at the winery site. 2 of the roll-offs went back home today. There's only 11 to go, but it's a step in the right direction. They actually were able to get the roll-offs the small roll-offs about half full, hauled out. So what they're doing is they're transferring to the empty roll-offs, a part of the sludge, taking it up, dumping it, bringing it back, and putting more in it so that, because the full ones wouldn't move. And roll-offs aren't meant to be packed wall to wall. Well, sludge, anything wall to wall would be a problem, you know, roll-offs are usually trash that's uncompacted. So, anyway, that's underway, they finally got their permit last week, I think. And,
Sorry,
yep,
I'm not sure how to share the screen with those on Zoom, so I apologize for those on Zoom. Here's the other picture.
yep, this is the pond, almost drained.
Yeah.
And so, that's also progress, they brought in a 4-inch pump and put a couple of well points, a new well point on the east side, stuck the 4-inch in that. And you can see where they flushed, on the right side, the edge of the picture, yeah. When they started up the 4-inch pump, it was really, really muddy. And so they ran it, the well point is right behind it. And they ran that water down into the pond yesterday until it got clean enough to be discharged. And
Probably help, excuse me, probably helpful too at this time of year, because the water table is probably dropping.
yeah, oh yeah, it did, the,
Which one do you want? Sorry.
the pond one, if you can, sorry. Try to do this better next.
Yeah, I did not
The
think it
the
all.
white, there's kind of a white ring
Yeah.
on the pipe. It had dropped that far on its own
Wow.
by the time they got back Monday, and then they put in that well point, and there's a well point in front of by the yellow flowers, and then one at the far end. And they're running all of those, and so, yeah.
So is there still more removal before the water goes in, or do they have?
Yeah, they gotta do a bunch of shaping. The bulge here needs to look like that way over here. So they got some shaping to do. They also lost a corner over here, and so, and they're bringing in a bigger track hoe tomorrow. I think the smaller one is gonna leave. Well, not immediately, because they're gonna start by using the little track hoe to feed the big track hoe to get the material out. And then I think they're gonna leave the big track hoe to place the liner bedding. It's got enough of a longer reach to be able to get more of the liner bedding in that way.
Alright.
They are, okay,
No, I was just gonna go back to the sludge.
okay.
How much more has to go out to that field still, approximately percentage-wise?
From what's already been
90
taken out?
plus?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Probably 90 plus still needs to go.
okay.
they started on that this morning. The roll-off guy was supposed to be there at 9:30, and I think he showed up at 11, so they lost a couple of trips. But their dump truck arrived and about the time they did, and he got a full day's worth of.
So
Dump
quite a
truck.
bit still to go.
Oh, a long way to go.
Yeah.
They are,
I'm from the
John-
sludge, I mean.
yeah. No, just for the sludge, they got a long way to go. They're hoping to get it done this week.
And the neighbors aren't loving it so much?
I didn't hear anything.
I was just curious.
I think they're glad to see them off the road.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some complaints just about them sitting there and being in the way,
Yeah,
and the plant just kind of smells more than normal
Yeah.
due to the situation we're in.
Yeah.
But everyone's just glad that there's momentum.
good,
Yeah.
Glad you brought it.
progress.
Not that important, but I do a drive-by, you know, and then just to see how things are going. What's that one roll-up that's totally buckled?
It was really wet, and it was the roll-offs aren't designed to be a bathtub.
Besides, yeah.
So it
It buckled under
under
the,
pressure,
yes,
gotcha.
I was a fireman, we used to make, those containers on fire, and we would just hook hoses up and fill it to the top and leave. And I'm sure we buckled a few too.
Well,
Yeah.
trustees have any questions or comments? I'm just very
I don't
happy
think
there's
it's done yet.
some progress, and I didn't mean to interrupt you. Continue doing
I
it.
interrupted, I'm sorry.
two more things. The slab is due to be poured on the 19th. They're already signed up with United, and that was the first date they had available to make a trip to Lake City, but they will. And then they're working, today they exposed the existing airline because in order to feed air to the new cell before the blowers come, we need to tap into that, and they're hoping that they'll get that done this week. And if you wanna come look in 2 weeks, there may be some better pictures.
All those big black pipes we saw, I noticed some of those are still laying around, those.
Those are the air pipes, and they have not worked, that was supposed to start today, but it didn't. I'm guessing it probably won't start till Monday. It's taking a lot of time to move the sludge between the dumpsters and.
I saw where they're working
On the field, on the field,
in Montrose.
More,
oh, yeah,
oh,
yeah, that's finished. That is why there were so many people today.
Yeah.
They've got 3 people out on the field, and I think they had 6 people on site for a while today.
great.
That's it.
Okay, now do any trustees have any questions?
Sorry, I jumped again.
You know? All right, well,
Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you,
I'm
Joanne.
glad there's progress.
Yeah, me too.
Hope it keeps rolling like it has. Our next item is the sheriff's report that's in your package. I noticed that there's 2 of them, one from June. And then there is the July report. Any questions or comments on that?
Yes. Just so y'all know, there are omissions to both of those reports. Actually, even our armory theft is not on this July report. So, just so you guys know.
I did ask him for documentation of that. Ben had talked to him, but he hasn't given me any kind of report on it. Because part of the deal is that the stolen items were returned after, Ben, you wanna tell the story?
Is my report up now?
Oh, no.
You wanna wait till?
Oh, did you?
Just wait till then.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, if there's any other questions or comments on that, talk to the sheriff. Or have Lex talk to the sheriff.
Okay.
All right.
Everybody okay with that? We're moving on. Next item is the building official report from David Neese.
Only one permit. Wow.
And just let it know.
Yeah, and I heard that it's gonna take a lot longer to build than what he said now. From the people that are building. We'll see. I mean, I don't know.
Any questions or comments on Dave's report? Next, Parks and Rec. Now you, Ben.
Okay, you should have my report, and if you wanna talk about that. So Danny came in one day, and I don't know, has it been a week or 2 weeks?
No,
I can't
it's been
remember.
a couple weeks.
He
few
saw black marks the whole way from the closet in that corner, the whole way across the armory floor to the door, and just wondered what it was, what made them, so he looked at the camera footage, and then saw those two creeping around the building at like midnight, 1 in the morning.
On
What
cameras.
were those two? You don't have to name.
Oh, no,
weeks.
it's
The two
public.
younger members of the community.
It's public.
And they're, well, I know Dawson's an adult,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Oh,
so,
no.
Okay.
and Winston, Beck. Yeah, so he investigated, saw those two creeping around for a while. They drug the stuff out in a bag, and then, I went and Danny filled out the police report. I went and found Charles, told him, showed him the camera footage, and he took some pictures off my phone. And he went and talked to Yoli, and so they said they'd bring the weights back. So they brought him back probably the next day. And then I told Denham that they're cleaning the armory floor, or I want charges against property damage filed against them. And I wanted the theft filed against them too. But when I asked him that, he was reading some Colorado statute, and it said something about if you steal something and return it, you can't file charges or something like that. And I said, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. So, yeah, I mean, why wouldn't anyone just go steal things, and when you get caught, you bring them back? And nothing it's just crazy to me. So I just put that in my report. I want you guys to know what happened. And if you think scrubbing the floor and me banning them from the armory, and to myself, I want them gone forever, just permanently. But if that's too harsh, or if you want charges filed against them, or whatever you want to do. But I'm tired of it, and they got caught, and they're on camera. So, I don't know.
And I asked for a report from Denham, but he never replied. And it's not on his police report that it even happened. And I think, well, maybe does it say alleged theft? Is there one of those on that? I didn't have it, but
This wasn't an alleged theft, this was a theft.
yeah, and I feel like he said alleged theft and he said unfounded in his report.
Yeah, which that's
Not the case.
incorrect, that can't be.
So you did file a
Yeah,
police
that-
report?
Well, he
So I should be
tried.
able to get a copy of your police
He
report.
tried.
Now, there's a police report, there's like he tears that apart, and it's like an incident report versus a police report. So we filled out a form that says this is what happened. I don't know what you call that.
Victim statement.
Yeah, so I think they do the police report.
Yeah.
Ben, what would you like to see happen?
As
Because
long
you
as,
are like in the direct line of being the victim. I mean, the victim is the town, but you're in charge of that equipment.
yeah, I mean, they brought it back, but that's probably only because they got caught. So they scrubbed the floor. Now there's like scratch marks in the finish on the floor, but I mean, that floor needs refinished anyway. So the marks are gone, the weights are back, but I still want something that tells somebody one day if they do it again that something happened, that they have
Absolutely.
some kind of record somewhere. If it's not a criminal record, at least just something.
Yeah, I wanted a report so we can put them on a list of people that banned and then have a record of why they're banned. You know, which is what I would want administratively to be able to prove that.
Yeah.
Well, see, and thank God we have the cameras, because if we hadn't had the cameras, we'd still be missing the weights.
Oh, I
They
know.
wouldn't have brought them back.
Yeah.
And they're not cheap.
Henry?
Well, banning them forever from the armory sounds pretty harsh to me. I think we should give them 2 years or something. tell them if they do anything
Well,
again, then.
They're both-
like I said, when I'm gone, no one's gonna remember
Yeah.
who they were. So even if it's 2 years isn't enough to me, that's nothing to me.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, if someone shoots a paintball in their arm, I was giving them 6 months. So, 10 years would be more like it. And then maybe people would still remember they weren't supposed to be in there by then.
So they were both 18?
I know Dawson is for sure. I don't know enough about Winston.
Well, yeah, we weren't, he wasn't given any good info.
Yeah, I don't have a report to say who they were or
Yeah.
how old they were.
Well, maybe we can.
It all sounds strange to me. I'll tell you, for me, when I first heard about it, it's very disheartening, made me sick to my stomach, because Lake City, man, you don't need thieves here, it's never been that way, you know? I think back some 25 years ago, somebody was freezing and took some neighbor's firewood, and that was they got shamed in the end. But it just seems more and more, the big city attitude's creeping in here, because on Facebook, somebody stole a motorcycle,
Yeah.
and it's disheartening. We're not a community like that, and there's no room for thieves. So, it doesn't make me happy. Sorry, that's just how I feel about it. I'm with Diane, I support Ben, I think, that's your department, that's your job.
Yeah.
And I think you can make a recommendation to the board, and then we'll see where we want to proceed. But I'm with you, I think that sounds really weird, that apparently now you can steal, but if you get it back,
Once you get caught.
then you're not a thief anymore.
Maybe the
That's-
state just can't take it over. Maybe that's the rule, the state can't take it.
What?
I'm trying to figure out, like, you can't press charges after being.
No, that
Yeah.
is incorrect, and I will get you the documentation to prove that.
That sounds
Yeah.
Very
pretty
good.
sketchy, what they said.
Yeah, it's very much made up.
That is that,
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
What would it
Hey,
cost
Dan,
us?
hold on,
What would
Dan.
it cost us?
Yeah.
What was?
So if someone steals something and they get caught and they return it, do they
It's
still catch a
absolute
charge?
That's not how the law works at all.
Yeah.
You don't even have to effectively, you can be charged with having the intent to deprive someone of the use of their private property, right? You don't have to, just because you return it, you still deprived them of the use for a period of time and it's still chargeable. It might mitigate the punishment, but it's still
There's
by
still
definition
consequences.
theft.
Do you have a value, a dollar value on what was taken?
I don't even know for sure what they took. It came back that fast.
There was just
I
a
know
bag,
that
all you
they
saw was a
had
bag
rates.
being dragged out of the armory, so we don't know what was in the bag.
And other stuff. We don't.
So who restocked it?
They brought all of it back. And
They
it's
put it back
the
in its
pub-
right spot?
Yeah, it's back in the.
Oh, see, that should have been supervised.
Yeah,
That should have been supervised.
So we weren't there when they returned it?
no, but
So-
it's back.
Because
Oh, you know it's back.
They may
Yeah.
not have taken it all back.
Yeah,
They may
Yeah.
might have
Well,
had
they
the
may
20
not have,
cameras.
but-
I don't know.
well, anyways, it's very strange.
It's-
And the damage to the floor, that, I don't care if it's due being refinished, they still damage the floor by cleaning it up. So that should be on them too.
No, by dragging.
By dragging the weights
Yeah.
across
By
the ground.
dragging, and so obviously it was
It's heavy.
halfway heavy,
It was
right? Yeah.
And the cheapest that floor has ever been to refinish is about $3,500 up to $8,000.
Yeah.
So if that was something that they would have had to have done, refinish the entire floor, but.
I mean, shipping just one of the barbells here, I mean, it's like $50 for a barbell and
They're-
shipping it.
It depends what it is, but they're no cheaper than $1 a pound, and usually it's 2 or more.
Well,
So when Danny went in and saw this, did he see what was missing?
He didn't know, cause
Well,
he doesn't look in the cross.
we don't do inventory every day of everything that's in those closets. And they get used all the time by people who have gym memberships and are using the armory appropriately. So we don't know, and we couldn't tell because that part right underneath is under the camera. And I don't know if we don't know if they were collecting stuff and put it in the bag, but you just end up seeing them come out of that corner, dragging a bag all the way to the armory door.
So can we lock that door and give people access?
Do them different.
I mean, yeah, we don't know which door they came through, but there is probably an unlocked door of some kind. Because of, yeah, we're not sure exactly how they got
So
in.
many people use the building, and then
Yeah.
the code if you wanted to get the code, I guarantee you could get the code.
Yeah.
Well,
So the cameras are the saving.
Right, right.
well,
And so can we contact the sheriff's office and demand a report, an incident report?
yeah, I mean, I've already reached out and asked for one. I've been ignored, but I will ask again.
And then also.
And I'll put it in writing and just mail it to the county.
With a notation that if they return, and I guess we'll have to decide what time limit, within this time, that they will be cited for trespass.
Yeah, I will work with Dan on that and just see, we'll draft a letter asking for all the information that they have regarding the incident. And then I don't know, like, I mean, yeah, I don't know how that works when someone's not allowed on the property, what kind of paperwork that an officer would need if they're
I don't
trespassing,
either,
you know, so that we,
in Colorado, I don't know.
Well, all you have to do is say they're trespassing, you told them to leave and they didn't.
yeah, or we told them they can come back and they've come back.
Well,
That's
I
trespassing.
I support Ben on the banishment,
Yeah.
that they're not allowed here. I think the weird part, Dan, and now I'm talking off the top of my head, but without, any kind of conviction or report or anything like that, you have nothing to go off of. You know, what they used to do was get community service.
Yeah,
And in this case, I think it'd be great, next time we refinish that floor, they could be free laborers to get so many hours, but that has to come out of a court case.
Correct,
right,
So
it has to be a sentence.
the weird part is it almost doesn't exist.
right. If they do 400 hours of community service, we'll only ban them for like 2 years.
And, you know, and I don't know what the hesitancy is to charge, because even if they got charged, they could get a deferred sentence if they behaved themselves for a period of time and, you know, didn't get into trouble. Then the charge drops off of their criminal history.
Yeah, yeah. Colorado.
Exactly right. The other thing we can do is file a CCJRA request because the town is the victim and we're entitled to any documentation that the sheriff has. Usually we don't need that. Usually they just work with us, but I can work with Lex to file one of those to get some kind of documentation in your files.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yes,
I'm in favor of it.
yes.
Is it legit? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, the weird. But
Is it legit to have him come here and apologize to the town?
Now, what, the kids?
We don't,
I just think it's,
it's meaningless,
I want a pillory on.
you know.
it doesn't send a good message when you can rip the town off and nothing.
Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah, and that's been happening too much lately.
yes.
Well, you know, I think if you try to take this to court, it wouldn't go very far in court.
Oh,
And
seriously, with a videotape?
I gotta say, compared to what happened, the kind of stuff kids were doing in my neighborhood when I was a kid, this seems pretty innocent, so.
Well, you were taking a chance. Is there a video camera?
I think we want these guys to grow up to be good citizens and,
Right.
and not trying to get some work out of them is better than,
We're not gonna get,
Banning them.
you know.
we're not
Yeah.
gonna get any work out of them, but here's the deal.
Mm.
Always got a little bit. Or at least one of these individuals has caused issues for the town in the past. And both of them are mentally, have the mental acuity to know what's right and what's wrong. Or to discern the right and wrong. So, I mean, you know, like Ben, wasn't there an issue with windows in the bathrooms when that
Well,
one
it was
was
years ago, and they had broken out the windows in the town park bathrooms.
When, before this building was here.
No, I'm
What's that
talking-
little,
The town park.
oh,
doesn't.
yeah,
I mean, but there's also been other things, I just can't pull them out of my head, but I'm just saying, like Dave said, it's not okay, because so, I mean, answer me this, what if this were like a bad kid that came from Texas on vacation and committed this crime,
Exactly.
we would charge him.
We would,
Yeah.
for sure.
So
Yeah.
there's no difference. The act is the act.
Right.
I mean, we can have compassion, but,
That's up to the judge and what he gives them in terms
well,
of, you know,
absolutely.
that's up to the judge. And a kid's not gonna change his ways unless he suffers consequences. It only emboldens them when they're able to get away with it and get away with it and get away with it,
Because it's not a deterrent.
in my opinion. Sorry.
Yeah, so something needs to be filed somewhere.
Yeah, and I have, look how corrected I have been.
No, I agree, man. If there's no consequences, then anything goes, and it's not fair.
Okay.
I'm in agreement if you'll request, you and Dan get together,
All right.
and beyond that, we can discuss it again, but I also feel like the board supports you,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
what actions you would like. So think about that, if it's 10 years, we'll talk about it, or whatever, but you get that to us.
Then I would say this whole property, not just inside the building.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
No, town
Absolutely.
property, period.
Yeah,
You
town-
Yes.
could go that
All
far
town.
too.
Yeah, no, because if you already busted out windows in a bathroom and now you're stealing weights, we really don't trust you with our property.
That's fine with me.
Well, there's no, that would be hard to enforce, I think, but,
Well, yeah, I mean, it would be, but it sounds good on paper.
I know.
well, and it's from a caring standpoint.
Yes.
Like you said, they need, if you don't feel like you're doing anything wrong, then you continue to do that, so. It's,
A little bit of scared straight.
but yeah, but if you want to get back with us, and then we can take the next steps, and Dan's guidance the proper way to deal with this, hopefully it's got a little straight to me, like I said, thank you, Mark.
Okay, any other questions?
Ben, thank you for coming.
Yep,
Yeah.
How's the summer going?
it's easy. I gotta go split some wood before dark.
Okay.
That's my fifth job.
Yeah.
Never seen Ben sitting around.
No.
Thank you, Ben, we appreciate it.
Yep, Sue.
All right, before he leaves, did anybody else have any other questions? Okay. Next report is Public Works, Vince Johnson. To your copy.
He's also been busy.
How do we intend to do that?
They found 22 broken meters. Wow.
So they're all, I'm sorry.
Dave.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
I apologize for just jumping in. They're all the original meters that we were installing 20 years ago. And they were not the best meter on the market even at that point. And they're all brass and with breakaway points for if they freeze. And so those are very vulnerable where the bolts are, where, you know, where all that happens and they're moving parts. The other meters that we moved to are solid, like have a solid tube. They have a tube, there are no moving parts, they're all sonar. And they can take a little bit of freezing because they're plastic, just a little bit, not hard freezing. But a little bit of freezing and you can recover it. But any of those old original meters that are in the ground are suspect. Okay?
Yes.
And I guarantee all 22 of those broken meters are those original ones.
Yeah, this is the brass ones. It's all the brass ones. You know, and that was the ones we saw zero usage for periods of time where we knew some people were here. And so when we do the read at the end of the month, we're gonna have the guys are gonna go and check all the ones that say zero usage again, and see if they're any of the ones that we haven't already identified as broken. And Jameis and I have been talking to some other people about an alternative meter that will allow drive-by reading, and they have some really cool stuff. It's just not cheap, so we're trying to figure out a solution. If we're going to end up ordering a bunch, we would rather get better ones that are solid or have more functions in it that are actually ultimately cheaper than the ones we're getting now.
I've looked at that, I've reviewed some of the literature for what Jameson is talking about.
Yeah,
And I think it's a great product and will save money in the long run.
yeah, I think so too, and it would help us detect leaks. There's a bunch of cool
Yeah.
things about it that is just modernizing our system. But trying to find a way or the money to fund it is what, well, we're still, before we pitch the idea, we're still doing our homework. But we are looking at something where it's kind of time to modernize it and stop piecemealing, replacing ones that we have different types out there with different functionality. So anyways, we're looking at that. But yeah, anyways.
Well, keep us in the loop, because I don't know how that works, you know, I mean, the homeowner owns that meter.
The homeowners do currently own the meter. If ideally, I mean, there's still some water conservation money out there. And so once we get our price packages, and which it probably has to be updated, because I think that particular country in Europe is getting more tariff now. That once we got our numbers right and have all of our information, we can use that to start applying for potential grants. Because it's gonna be a hard sell to tell everybody, okay, regardless of when you bought one, now you're gonna have to cough up another 300 and something bucks.
Yeah.
Because we're modernizing it. So I was hoping that we would be able to find some way to fund it where it'll be little to no cost to the customer. I mean, some of the functionality of these meters, depending on the packages we get, you would be able to look at on your phone and log into it more or less and see your hourly usage and see if you got a leak right now in real time.
I love that.
Yeah, and then it would detect leaks for us too.
Yeah, because it could detect the difference between two of the meters on the system.
Yeah, so we'd be able to identify leaks not only in the service lines, but our mains as well.
I do wanna just point out that, I think that's great and I will help however I can to make that come about. But these 22 broken meters, it feels really bad to say, hey, you were one of the originals, good for you, way to break ground, now you have to pay more money. Again, some more.
I mean,
And-
people that do detect that, I mean, these aren't people with leaks. I mean, a lot of times people,
Right.
their meter breaks and they know it because there's a leak of some kind, you know, or it's broken in the pit. These are the mechanical ones that just stop spinning.
Yeah, and stop counting, they're still working, and I don't know, I'm wondering if there's some way we can, help the owners of those meters.
Well, it
I'm
sounds-
just throwing it out.
Okay, I hear you.
Sounds like they're working on it, and I think they're on the right track, because I actually saw some different grants that are coming up for water, specifically for water conservation.
Yeah,
And I think this would be a good case,
Mhm.
right.
you know, and somewhere in here, get them all the same.
Yes.
This whole meter thing came through in a weird way. I remember I was one of the early ones down where I was going.
Right.
You know, because I was getting charged for per toilet,
Right.
and it was
The
crazy water.
EQR system,
Yeah.
And it
yes.
was nuts, it closed for 7 months, but, you know, they didn't water bill behind that, it was ridiculous.
You know, I mean, and that's what we're looking at, like, if they're $350 a piece, 22 meters is $7,700.
No, well, I know, but then it's
The work to do.
more than that because you got to get the software that you can read it. Like, there's extra stuff that goes with how those work. It won't.
Because it's a
and then-
whole new.
Yeah, and then I did get them to give us a quote on a pilot program, so that maybe we do a pilot program with these that are broken now, see how it functions or works, see how it works with our Cassell utility management stuff, and see if we like it and see if it functions well in our environment. Because we have some meters are 6 feet in the ground, some are 2 feet. You know, some of are like in meter pits that are plastic and some are metal. You know, so there's just different, and even we'll have to replace some of the meter lids with like a plastic or composite one instead of a metal one.
Well, that's a good idea, though, that's a good idea for testing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
But-
and work towards the goal of getting them all the same.
Mm.
and it's to see if it's gonna work in our environment properly, you know, and with the variety of stuff that we have. And some people's are in their crawl space, you
Yeah.
know, or in a closet. So there's weird places for them. So yeah, we're looking, we're still figuring out and getting our ducks in a row. But we may come and pitch you at least the pilot program for those 22. and use them as a kind of a guinea pig
I like it,
and see how it works with the money,
yeah,
you know?
We like doing it like that.
Yeah, anyways.
thanks.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments on the public work? We'll move on, deputy clerk treasurer report.
This girl is a rock star.
Yeah. Very detailed. Yeah, like,
It is easy to read and it's self-explanatory.
when I saw it, sounds like we were on track.
Oh, yeah,
Budget wise.
we're figuring it out.
Yeah.
Okay, if you have any questions or comments on that, those are the time you pose, the packet left. So you can-
Yeah.
Anybody have questions or comments right now on that? Okay, we'll move on to town manager.
Yep.
Mr. Moore.
First thing, Grant Massey turned in his letter of resignation yesterday, no longer works for the organization. His actually last day is next Thursday, but I sent him home and told him I'd pay him through next Thursday. That being said, Christine and I have been talking about what that third position would look like. We're really leaning on, because of how astute she is and how well versed I am already with most of it, that really what we need is more like an admin secretary, someone who can answer the phones, take the walk-ins, issue gym memberships, hand out applications and forms, take applications and forms, and make appointments, put reminders on y'all's calendars, stuff like that. And that would really free us up to be able to do our jobs and do the higher level parts of the jobs without interruption, or with, hopefully little interruption. So we've been talking about it since yesterday. And so I'm gonna end up working with her and drafting a job description and with a pay scale that I'll present to you guys at the next meeting. And also at the next meeting, we will need to appoint Christina as the new town clerk / treasurer in this case. And yeah.
Does that, mean that we also need to accept Grant's resignation as the board's clerk, because there's a legal
Yeah, at that
aspect
time,
to it?
yes, at that time, sorry.
Okay.
At that time, we'll accept his resignation.
I just wanna make sure.
Yeah, we already did the agenda and it happened yesterday, so yeah. So on the 20th, there'll be the accepting Grant's resignation and appointing Christina as the town clerk and giving her the oath for that as well. So all this has come to light, and it makes like I got a crash course in modern labor law. And so there's definitely a need to update our personnel policy, especially if you can't even enforce the part that says you'll reimburse the town if you leave within 3 months after receiving training. So we need to update some of that stuff. Also, Juneteenth does not make sense for the town to work because we were the only ones working. The county was closed, the bank was closed, the post office closed, our attorney was on vacation. Like, there was literally nothing, like we were just sitting there and not being able to do a whole lot. So I'm gonna ask that we include that holiday now for, in our personnel policy. And there's some other updates, there's other language that's not clear, but figured we can start on that process here in a couple weeks and over the next couple months. We do have the joint county town meeting next Wednesday on August 13th at 5 p.m. I'll be sending out the agenda for that tomorrow. We will have the housing presentation by the housing strategy consultants that will give the results of the housing demand study, that give the results of the survey, and the research they've done is actually pretty enlightening and interesting. So I'm looking forward to both the county commissioners and the board of trustees receiving or getting that presentation. Anyways, we will definitely, and we'll be kicking off the sheriff IGA negotiations and the community junk cleanup idea. We'll be discussing that. I have drafted a newsletter about the ice wall expansion, giving like facts and information about it. Christina and I are gonna work on, because I was gonna put it out the way it is. She's like, that's like a wall of text. I think we need to format it, make it look kind of pretty. And so we're gonna work on kind of condensing it, one that we can put like on Facebook and on our website and on the distribution list. And then on our website, if they want more detailed information, because I tend to go into too much detail, if they want a really good breakdown of it, there'll be a link to in the newsletter to our website that'll give you the more in-depth look at it. And so I'm planning on doing that. I was gonna plan on doing it every couple of weeks or at least once a month, but now with one less employee, that I'm still gonna try to do it once a month, you know. So that's gonna begin. And that's all I had.
Well, I just want to say I really appreciate that, you know, I've been kind of learning about how important communication is and getting the facts out. And one of the things I'm proud of is how transparent we truly are. And
Yeah.
other forms of government talk about being transparent and not.
Right.
You know, when they start actually posting the receipts of every dollar spent on a home, that's pretty darn transparent. And so when people approach me and there's bad information out there,
Yes.
instead of trying to be the telephone game and saying, I have Lex's permission, I tell people, go down and talk to the town and get the facts. They will give you what you need. And I'm very glad Lex is working on getting the proper information out to people. We have nothing to hide, and they're doing a great job. And so it gets very frustrating
Yes.
when people have bad information and run with it. So, no, I really appreciate that, and I think in the long term, make your life easier.
Yeah,
You know, you don't have to be battling these groups and that sort of stuff. But
yeah,
I don't wanna overwhelm the office, but I encourage the trustees to do the same. If you get approached by something and they don't wanna hear you and they need facts and,
yeah.
send them down to the town and to the office.
And I welcome, and I welcome everybody to come and speak to me and ask me questions. You know, so, because I'm grateful for the opportunity to inform, you know, anyone who is curious or has concerns. It's just like very rarely, not enough, do people come to me and ask.
And that's the problem, and then we had that letter to the editor that was slamming our ice wall because of misinformation and errant information, when all this person had to do was call you.
Yeah.
Or walk down here.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's great. He's doing a great job with that, and there'll be other issues, not just the item.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we need to encourage people.
Yeah, I mean, and like, I'm gonna do one on rates, I have a whole list of things that'll be addressed, like, once a month I'll do it.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what I'm saying, trustees, go ahead, send them down to.
Absolutely.
Well,
And I appreciate you doing a great job, and I'm also glad to hear you're gonna be working on getting a third person in, because I think it's important to keep that office open
Yes.
for the 5 days.
Yes, amen.
although we're not gonna, I mean, we're both very competent and quick to do our jobs, so I don't really see that being a problem now, you know what I mean? Like, I don't see, I don't see, like, I already told her that, you know, we're not gonna be closing the office. That's the last thing we're gonna pitch, and at least till we get through the summer and we'll reassess, but we'll see, you know.
Well, you've already proved you can hold together alone for both of you in there, that means that shape. At the same time, I think it's good to have that front person.
Yeah.
To deal, because I've been in there, and it's amazing, I think our gym has become,
Yeah.
I think it can be for some professional. I swear, there has been a time I'm in there, there's not one or two people came in for that gym membership.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting, where we have 200 or something, It's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, I appreciate what you're doing.
Yep.
Keep it going, whatever you need to keep that office.
And one last thing is that I'm now putting a disclaimer in the email that's being sent out with the agenda, and we're trying to do as much of it as possible to remediate it, and I even label the files that are not ADA and give contact information, like if you need this in a different format. Yeah, so that is sufficient with the new rules that, you know, we're providing,
Good, good.
yeah, simplified that.
Okay, anything else?
No, sir.
Anything else? Okay. All right, our next item, legal update. Dan, do you have anything for us?
Daniel.
Hello, Dan.
Sorry, I couldn't get unmuted. I don't have anything to report tonight, but happy to take any questions.
Okay. Yeah, we appreciate your advice on things, and yeah, you and Lex have some work to do on a couple of items, and, yeah, appreciate your information on that little stuff. All right, thank you, Dan. Mayor trustee report, any trustees have anything they would like to report? We are live, we talked enough. I appreciate all the hard work on the anniversary celebration and vacation. That's all. Just do our best to spread word of mouth, and everybody else come out and have a good time. And, thank you very much, Jody, I heard you put in major efforts, and much appreciated.
We're working on it.
Okay, I will try to come up with some sort of words for our info. I don't know where we stand on those other speakers.
So sorry, yes, I did mean to mention that super quick, like, I have Michelle Pierce speaking about the beginnings of the town, the very early beginnings. Got Joe Fox either speaking or providing speech to be read about the role of the historic district in the town of Lake City. And then I have Trustee Woods speaking about the future of Lake City.
Did you give Joe Fox a time limit?
Yeah, I did.
What about you?
Well, I think we deserve a preview of what Henry's gonna be saying about the future of Lake City.
Yeah.
So that the board agrees
No
with it.
way.
The future of the history of Lake City.
What?
What does that mean?
Now I'm nervous.
Yeah,
I
what?
gotta surprise you guys.
It's like
Okay.
Christmas past and present kind of stuff.
Well,
Yes, exactly.
that's pretty cool.
The ghost of,
Past,
Yeah.
present,
the
future.
ghost of Lake
Okay.
City future.
I have company that got to town at 5:30, so.
Okay, we're gonna wrap this up. But
Okay.
Henry, nothing controversial that starts rumors. Okay?
Yes.
Keep it straight and
It's okay, this is okay.
Straight.
it's about the town, not personal.
Well,
Thank you very much.
Right, I never
Okay,
Not
personal.
political either.
yes. Okay, additions to the, correspondence received, I see none. And then additions to the agenda, we do have that addition. And so we can discuss that in detail, yes, Mr. Wood.
I move that we add a resolution for the dog days on,
Well,
as
No,
I
no, no,
understand,
no.
September 1st.
so,
Wait.
Right?
so the discussion and possible action to approve the Chamber of Commerce's special use permit, application to allow dogs in the town park on Labor Day for the Dog Days of Summer event subject to certain conditions.
September 1st.
That's Labor Day, yeah, September 1st.
So moved, Anna. So moved.
So good.
Second.
Okay, hold on.
I got you back.
Good
Reviewable,
job.
reviewable.
So, and, well, okay, we'll add for Labor Day in 2025, Labor Day 2025, so it's just a one-time
What we're
thing.
doing is we're in agreement to move forward with that and directing you and Dan to work out the details and make sure it's not legal.
That's
Okay.
what I'm doing.
Yes, and it's, yeah, okay, so, Woods, motion, who was the second?
Jody.
Jody,
Thank you.
Lindsay, okay.
We've had enough discussion, I believe.
Bru-
Roll call, please.
Bruce,
Yes.
Kendall,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Winry,
Yes.
Woods,
Yes.
Weast, Roberts.
Yes. Okay, our action items this evening as we discussed earlier, discussion of house lawsuit because the state of national opioid settlement with Harvey Environment and LP and Zachary.
So moved.
Second.
Who was second, Kendall?
Oh, Landon seconded.
Okay, okay, second, Kendall.
Motion in a second,
Uh-huh,
we've had enough discussion. Roll call vote.
Bruce,
Yes.
Kendall,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Winery,
Yes.
Woods,
Yes.
Weast,
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes, and then I'm looking forward to this. Discussion of possible action to participate in the opioid settlement with Alvogen, Amneal, Apotex, Hikma, Indivior, Mylan, Sun, and Zydus manufacturers.
So moved.
Okay, Landon, so
Second.
moved.
We have a motion in a second. Roll call vote, please.
Bruce,
Yes.
Kendall,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Winery,
Yes.
and Woods. Woods,
Yes.
and Weast,
Yes.
and Roberts.
Yes.
I should ask for.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
All right.
Move to adjourn.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank
Nothing
you.
else before this evening?